telling source for 20 minutes. Rick for setting it up.
The fuck?
I agree.
What
That's,
the?
yeah, that's going to be on my tombstone. Yeah. I told you I was sick.
All right, here we are. Episode 68
Good Lord.
of the World of Skell-Ghosts story. My name is Cobb, and I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Joining me over the interwebs, we have on the top left, Clark, playing Pykel Hammerhand, a dwarven crafting priest from Raven's Bluff in the Northern Realms. On the screen's right, we have Darrow playing Finessa, sister of the blend lately of Black Rock Abbey in the Republic of Saskatchewan. And on the bottom of the screen, we have Jason playing Shadrach, a initiate of the Aslorian Circle, the predominant druidical controlling organization in the western part of the continent of Macau. Not appearing tonight is Brad, who plays Prince Bartholanthus Amalareth of the Second House of Emerald, an elven wizard who has begun to show some signs of old age, even amongst his kind. A very powerful and experienced mage, and with some roguish skills to boot. And if you are familiar with the second edition rules, that is, second edition is much more difficult to gain extremely high levels than the newer editions. But he has done so. But he's not here, so his character will be played by no one, and he is off making things, according to what Brad told me. So we left off with Shadrach, Finessa, and Pykel all at Black Rock Abbey. And just so the other players are aware, Jason and I have been in back and forth attempting to get a workable map of the territory that you guys have been sort of using as your home base in this game. And the crude map that I just sent to him, I can send to you guys just so you can imagine how Jason's artistic nature will transform.
Is it the one that was like on a red piece of paper? Pink piece of paper?
No, I just redrew something today.
Oh.
And
Cool.
I will send that.
And I'm going to make a nice pretty map from what he has sent me.
Now,
Would be neat.
share. Okay, there we go.
Some of you may have seen the maps I've drawn for other things, and I love drawing maps, so I was quite happy to do it.
So,
Yeah, look good.
I've already sent it to, well, I can send it to D&D Jib Jab.
The
that's
Jib
fine.
Jab. Jab.
Put it on the Jib Jab.
I love putting things on the Jib Jab. That's my favorite. Okay, so
You can put it on.
you guys can view that at your leisure. And I have been in contact with Dan, who plays Tamark, and
I saw you added him.
he had said that he was fairly confident he will be going to day shift very soon. He had mentioned possibly joining us tonight, but alas, he has ghosted me, as in he just hasn't gotten back to my attempts to communicate. So
I'll message him later and give him a report.
But anyway, the picture that I just sent you is basically a zoom out of the one that I had drawn the first time, and it shows more of the surrounding territory, obviously.
Yeah, the actual wall area. Because I always forget about that. Well, for a while I forgot.
And when I first started drawing, I did an initial start on the map, and I was like, well, where's the wall around this place? And where's the roads and everything? So the first map I drew for him was too small. So and it's expanded to now where it's going to include the stream, the road, the orchards, stuff like that. So which is exactly, that's what I was thinking he wanted. What I really drew was just the area around the compound, not anything expanded beyond that.
Yeah.
And any of you that have played, or more specifically, run a ongoing story, understand that you don't want to overbuild your world, because most of the time the story doesn't go in the direction that you envision, and you will prepare things for nothing. So, and so I have prepared quite a few things, but not over prepared, and this was just one of them where I drew the buildings that I thought you would most frequent, or that you needed to know, and then the others I added in this one here that I don't necessarily anticipate there being a large amount of action going on there, but now that you have it, it seems like it may inform
It is a base
decisions.
of operations. Yeah.
I also want to do
At
a
the
map of
moment.
the Deepwater Fort region. I'd like to have you draw up a crude thing of that so I know where the cliff is and the forest and everything. I want to do a nice map of that area too. Because I think that area is going to become prominent in the future.
Looks like
Uh-oh, Daryl's frozen.
I didn't get that there.
I did hear. Hey, me.
That sounded like he
Max
took...
Headroom.
Yeah, you're doing the max headroom right now. I haven't understood a thing you said.
Ever since you got that new wall, it messed up your internet. Oh,
Max.
Woo! I'm still doing that Ace Ventura dance.
what was that
Now you
from?
just look like one of those. That was
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
That was in that movie, that scene?
When he checks into the insane asylum.
You can tell by his hairdo.
Let's see that one more time in slow motion. And then he gets the touch, and he's doing his touchdown dance.
I guess I need to watch that again, man. I drew a blank on that one.
Acting like a metal. It's hilarious. Back to play.
All right, so the only thing I'm trying to remember, we left off with Finessa was, if I remember correctly, she had gone to do something in the temple.
Crafting.
Was that right?
At the Potter's
Yes.
place, using their equipment,
Yes.
pissing off the lady.
That's correct. And
Fucking Avengers coming in here wanting to make shit
you were
to the fucking...
yeah, you you know, you tend to cause people some discomfort with your presence there, Finessa. I wonder why that is, being a half ogreish, fucked up looking gloosh, but
Looming 7 feet tall,
yeah.
It's a big tail.
lurching around.
What now?
Find Vanessa.
I know. Hold on. So I don't remember where Pikel was at this time. Can you, Clark?
We're chasing the witches in the woods, and they kind of got off.
That's right. And Shadrach was up there too.
Yeah.
And when we left
right.
off, you saw some females up in the woods in their dirty yellow sheer dresses, kind of looking back before disappearing back into the woods. And the kid that turned into the blue lizard went that way. So we should pick up with Pikel and Shadrach, since you are currently, that just happened. What would you like to do?
I'd say Shadrach, get back before we get ourselves in some trouble here. I think we're outnumbered.
Shadrach looks kind of shaken up a little bit, and he's like, yes, we need to go back to the monastery. And he's looking around. He's got that, his eyes are looking all around, like for any kind of movement or any, like, yeah, he looks very paranoid and sketchy right now.
Shadrach, you feel a change in the wind.
Oh, excuse me.
I'll do a weather check.
All right.
Damn it.
Roll me a check,
I'll do a
please.
weather check. I'm just checking what the weather's going to be like, seeing if there's, my standard weather check.
Yep. Do you know what you need to roll to be successful?
Spin to look. All right. My weather knowledge is 17. So, I will roll away. And I rolled a 15, so 32. Or 33, sorry.
All right.
No, that's 32, that's right, 32.
You start to look around and you sniff the air, and it definitely smells like rain. And you see off in the southwestern direction some dark clouds starting to move in, not unnaturally appearing, not like moving at a high rate of speed, just
Normal.
it's coming
for the season, right?
it's coming in quickly, but that would not be unusual for this region of this part of the year.
Kind of like the storm we got here today, it just came swooping in. Yep.
All right, so
Yeah, well, I'll say to Pikel, we might get wet. Rain is coming.
and you guys are heading back into the safety of the Abbey or somewhere else?
Safety the Abbey.
Well,
Or, I guess Fire's not there no more, so.
I'm going to look around for Finessa outside first, and then if I can't find her in the peasants area, I'll go to the Abbey. I have a feeling she's outside milling around somewhere.
All right. Anything I need to know from you, Pikel?
No, I was head back, kind of keeping an eye behind me.
All right. Well, you head back in through the gate there of the rock wall, and there doesn't appear to be anything following you. Roll me a perception check, please.
Yeah, do you sit in?
It is.
Six and 4.
All right.
6 or my 10.
You look back and all you see are a couple of birds that appear to be hanging out and not much else. Everything appears to be as it should be.
All right.
And you go back to the Abbey, and Shadrach, you start looking around, and
If I see a peasant to ask, I'll ask them where the big green woman is, if they've seen her.
you are you are told that the last time that they saw the sister was yesterday.
Thank you. I'll go to the crafting area and look around, and then if she's not there, I'll go to the monastery, the Abbey.
Michael, are you staying with Shadrach, or are you doing something else?
Sure, I'll follow Shadrach.
All
I need to
right.
find Finessa.
So you hear, as you're walking through the crafting area, it's a busy place. People are going about their business, tanning hides and working on leather and things, and Daryl has his hand up.
I just want to remind you that the last thing you said was that the and that's all the guy's hands, because I had to work. I worked on this all day. I said for the rest of the day I had to give it 8 hours, which put it into the night. And he was lighting lanterns and said, "Please put these out when you leave." So just a reminder that that's the last thing I remember you
All
saying.
right, good to know. Thank you. So, Shadrach, you see a couple of people standing around talking to each other and pointing, and you recognize that they are acting as if they are watching something they don't like. And
I found Finessa.
yes,
I will walk to where they are.
so you can see inside this enclosure, part of the building that holds all these different stalls and businesses and tradesmen. A oversized female with hands covered in this gray clay, stepping on a whatever the thing is called that.
A potter's wheel.
The wheel.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's some technical term for the foot pedal that causes it to turn. I just don't know what it is.
I'm pretty sure it's foot pedals.
So, and you can see Finessa appears to be concentrating on something she's making.
I will turn to Michael and say, I have to have private time with Finessa. I hope you will forgive me.
All right. I'll head back.
I appreciate that. And I'll walk in. I'll walk right up on what she's doing.
Hold on, Shadrach. So, Michael, what do you do?
I guess I'll head to wherever our quarters are. I don't know if we had any quarters or...
Well, if you look at the map that I just sent, you guys are given small rooms in the building that says Monk's Quarters.
Well, I guess
It's in the northern part above the temple. It's not a big deal. I'm just letting you know where you're going.
Alright.
Near the orchard.
And so Shadrach, you can go ahead.
I touch Finessa on the shoulder and say, you need to come with me now.
What time of day is it, Cobb?
It's about a couple hours after noon, so like 2 o'clock maybe.
Well, I can't be disturbed. I'm working on something that I feel is very important.
I push the clay thing off the wheel and say, you need to come with me now.
What the hell?
Now this is the DM laughing. Please don't. There's no NPC.
I'd like to clarify.
There's no NPCs.
Is this like the next day, or this is before the?
Yeah, this is. You were in the middle of the thing, and you need to roll me a D10 first of all, Vanessa.
Four.
Okay, so you are not surprised as Shadrach goes to push over
I tried to
your
stop.
project.
I intervene. I say, don't.
So at this point, it's, since nothing is surprised, we can do this with a contested roll, or we can do actions. I will give you guys the option of how you'd like to handle this. Or, yeah, you can say actions, and then obviously if you want to parlay, that's what.
Isn't there a roll to block, or if I
Well-
say don't, do you continue?
I say, you need to come with me now.
I'm working on something that is very important, and I need to finish it.
This is more important.
What's going on?
Pots. Come with me now.
Say again?
Forsake me.
Jason, go ahead.
I've interrupted these.
Hold on, Daryl. Jason, say what you want to say one more time. I think it got lost in the translation.
Come with me now or forsake me. Your choice.
You must tell me why. What is so important
I will not-
that you're going to interrupt what I'm doing?
These people, it's not words for these people. You need to come with me to the grove.
I will meet you there at night.
You promise?
I am working on something that is important to me.
Yes, I see that. I will be waiting for you at midnight, near my nest. Come alone.
Just outside the orchard?
Yes, and don't bring anybody with you. I'll know if you do.
All right. I'm sure you will. Thank you. I'll see you.
Chad just turns and walks away.
Wait, I will see you.
Okay. And Vanessa, do you do anything other than resume your task?
I snort.
And I need you to roll me a d20, please.
Another 4.
Okay. You hear something, somebody mutter something under their breath, but you can't quite make it out. And as you look up just very quickly to see, you see the husband and wife, and the wife's like staring daggers at you before she looks away and kind of storms off in a huff, and the husband's like just standing there going, dude. Okay.
I glance and I get back to work.
Shadrach.
I work until after dark and I finish it.
Yes. Shadrach, where do you go?
I go to my nest
Okay,
and
so
prepare. And prepare for my meeting with Vanessa.
the map that I just sent over, that obviously does not show your creation, but remember that it is 200 feet away from the edge of the clear cut, which is another like 50 feet from the wall.
Exactly. I'm outside of the temple territory by my perception.
Yeah. So just to give it a more specific distance, just in case it comes up, you are located there, okay? And so I guess unless someone wants to do something specific, we can move along in the day. So I'll go to Pikel first. Pikel, anything that you feel like you should do or want to attempt before turning in for the evening?
I'm going to attempt to cast a spell.
Okay, that counts as something. Glad to, I love it when Clark tries a spell. He's very creative.
I'm going to cast, it's in the list somewhere.
I cast Abolish 1. Oh. Whenever this character rolls a 1 during this duration of the spell, it automatically turns into a 20. Source, the Great Netbook of Gloosh Monkeys. Okay. What are
Second
you
edition.
what are you casting, Pikel?
Flare Divination.
Say that again?
I'm going to take out the map that we have,
No.
the grid map.
What's it called again?
Flare Divination.
Layer. Okay.
Right?
Let's see. There it is. Okay. Okay.
I'm going to take out my old scary bones out of my bag, and I'm going to get a squirrel's hip bone and use it as a Ouija board and put down our map of whereabout we thought the islands were, and I'm going to sit and chant and light some incense and say, "Morning, show me where these witches live." And chant and dwarvish and all kinds of things. My eyes will roll back in my head. And the incense will pass through one nostril and out the other. So,
Excellent.
and that's what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay, so do you have a handful of coins?
Oh yeah, I forgot coins. Yeah, I'll take a handful of gold pieces. Allow me you want, but I got lots of them.
Yeah, you got platinum pieces too, don't you?
What kind and how many coins do you use in the casting of this spell?
I would say 50 gold.
Okay, make sure you mark that off of your inventory.
So that's a so
And because of your flair, I will modify your chance. So, I would like you to roll percentile, please. Well, first of all, before you roll it, it says use to gather information regarding an area whose location is known. So,
oh no. How does that make any sense?
Well, think of
The area is the island.
Yeah.
The island's the area, maybe.
So
I was
what,
gonna
tell
say
me,
That location is known.
what area that you know are you wanting to
Indication.
divine?
That was the idea. That's why I used the map with the islands on it.
Which island?
Ooh.
I'd have to see the map again. I don't know. I guess the bigger one, wherever.
Did I send that picture out?
I think so. Yeah.
Let's
So
see
you
if,
find-
Yeah, we had a crude map showing where the islands were. Yeah.
let me see if I can pull it up here.
Come on, Clark. Think of which island you want to look at.
Let's see. Didn't I send you guys a picture with the... I could have swore I did.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Yep.
It should be on the jib jabs.
Because that was a lot of jib jabs ago.
Uh-oh, we lost Daryl.
He's got a crump. Oh. Okay. I think it's back here though, so. Jason tends to fill up our thread with useless fucking shit.
So I get this island I see on the map.
Just go to the icon that says media, and it will show all the pictures. That's a lot quicker than scrolling through it.
What is it?
Yep.
Up at the top of the page, there's like a little thing that looks like an eye with a dot, a small eye.
Yeah?
Click on that, and then you'll see a thing where it says media and video. All the pictures
Yes.
have been posted there.
Okay.
It's just
Okay.
doing that thing. Did you find the dot? Did you find it?
Yeah, thank you. I'm answering Daryl now.
Okay.
Okay, so I need to go back. Okay, and then here, and then media. Okay, so there it is, the pink one. So what I'm looking at here is you have Helios, and then the very small island that Infante had, and then an unknown island, and then a bigger unknown island at the bottom.
I'm going bigger unknown island. I figured that buddy likes to kiss ass, and we want to be closest to Caesar as possible.
Okay. So, you're going to go ahead and go through with the spell?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so go ahead and roll percentile, please.
A 2 on my 10, and a 9 on my your D10. 2 on my percentage die, 9 on my non-percentage die.
Which is like 29, right?
29.
Okay, so that's well within your number needed for success. Okay, the layers you... Okay. Relative strength of creatures, amount and value of treasure, and whether the area is under the eye of supernatural beings. Okay, well, as you cast your spell, you send out your supernatural, mana-driven senses, and using the map to coordinate where your senses coalesce, They come under and begin to zero down on a very large landmass. One that is covered in the tallest of trees. Taller than any trees that you've ever seen. Taller than any trees you may have heard about when you lived in Ravensbluff. The tree of the Emerald Kingdom. The trees appear to be...
It's bigger without the Emerald Kingdom?
The trees appear to be...
Come on, Daryl. Hey.
possibly half mile in length. I mean, just impossibly large. And then your senses start to narrow down. Well, here we go. Now, Daryl, right now you're
just in time.
Daryl, right now you're clear as a fucking bell.
Yep.
I restarted my device, shut it down, because I tried to rejoin, and it was like I was making the call. It was waiting for you guys to join me. It's like, no, that's not it.
And now Clark's real clear too. So, all right. You see impossibly large flora and fauna of. It's as if everything that is natural about this land is oversized, gigantic, too large to be believed. But your God and your prayers are convincing you of its reality. And you see a ring of stones, but not stones like you're used to, Master Dwarf. Stones that are "500 feet tall, and not in a ring, but in a semicircle, as if maybe you might have seen this type of formation before. And you get the sense that in this place there is a strength incalculable, a strength of, one might say, titanic proportions, with multiple pings of tremendous magic, both divine and arcane. Treasure infinite. And the area is definitely being looked upon by supernatural beings. And now I need you to save versus spells, because you feel yourself being looked upon in reverse.
11, so I'm good. Unless it's a really negative.
As you feel the gaze of some entity searching for you, what do you do to avert being found?
I put the map over my face.
Okay, so when you do such a when you perform such a juvenile response, your spell your spell is broken,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
you manage to, as far as you are aware, avoid being detected by whatever is there. So all I did there was, you made your save. I just wanted you to maybe come up with something like how you did it. So that's, I'm not trying to penalize you. You made your save. I just explained it the way you presented it. So, and
That was pretty good myself.
that is what your spell gains you.
But
But
I get a general area. I just know it's on that island.
But you, I can say with utmost certainty there was no confirmation of any specific life form on that island that you can point to and say, yeah, the angel of death was there, or Cryos was there, or the witches were there. The spell does not give you that specific information. It only gives you the information that the description says.
All right.
But that seems like a lot of information to me. I could be mistaken.
So I'm thinking giant druids. Anyway.
Hooray!
Okay, do you do anything else after you end your spell?
Yeah. I just kind of mentally marked whereabouts I was zoomed in on.
Okay, very good. All right. Vanessa, you continue, and I think we already rolled to see how this thing turned out, or did we not?
I think we did, but I didn't write anything
Okay.
down.
Well, I seem to remember that you were able to accomplish what it was you were trying to do. And
That's what I thought.
if I don't remember, then, well, there you go. You get the benefit of my unmemory.
I was pretty sure that's how it went down.
So what did you craft?
I started with a vase and then added to it so that it lays flat and it looks like a cave opening for where the opening of the container is, and I did my best to make it look like the cave where I grew up, where I was born.
I'm
So
sorry,
it
hold
looks
on,
like
hold
a
on,
cornucopia.
wait. Daryl, can you say that again? I lost your focus. What is it? You're making a vase.
It's what I started with, and so it's a container,
Okay.
you know, because I was using the wheel, so I made a container around the cylinder, and then I flatten it out, but not close it. It still has it's a container, and it lays on its side. So the opening is not up. It doesn't sit up. It lays on its side,
Is
and
the
it looks like
side
a little hillside.
is the side flat, and that's why it lays on its side, or is
Yeah.
It's like a
Okay.
hanky.
Okay.
So it looks like a cave, the mouth of a cave.
I see.
I sculpt around
Okay.
the opening, and it looks like a little hillside, sort of,
Okay.
and it lays flat on the table or whatever surface.
All right.
And then there's a boulder that rolls into the opening that is the lid,
Okay.
the stopper.
So what you're saying is it's a horizontal structure.
Yes,
Okay. Like I said.
but it is a container, and then I use the kiln, and I fire it, and I glaze it, do all the jazz, and when I am done, I'll put out 2 of the lanterns, and I'll take the last one over to, do they have quarters there at the at the shop, or did they walk away when they left? Because he said something about letting him know when I was done, so I was going to do that.
There's like the back room is where they live.
I will go down the hallway toward that area and kind of knock on the wall. I don't want to be loud and wake anyone, but excuse me.
You hear someone kind of moving around in there, and then footsteps comes to the door, and then the door opens up. Oh yeah, are you all finished?
Yes, sir. I thank you greatly for your hospitality. Let me give you something for your troubles. And I give him a platinum coin.
Oh, thank you.
Will this cover your facilities?
Your generosity is most appreciated, sister. Please, you do us honor by using our space. And he kind of looks over his shoulder a little bit, and then he's like, besides, I was tired, and it's
I didn't
fine.
mean to intrude, and I appreciate your hospitality. I'm giving a sermon at the church in a few days. Maybe you'll come by.
I would like that. I'll talk to the missus and see if I can't talk her into coming.
Thank you again.
Okay.
I cleaned up all the tools. Everything's where it should be. Let the light of the blend bless your evening, sir.
Thank you. Same to you, sister. Good
And I
night.
hand him the remaining lantern that I used to
Okay.
walk in.
He takes it and kind of shuts the door.
Good night. All right, I leave from the crafting area
All right.
and head to the orchard.
Okay. Well, you go to the orchard, and I don't know if you know where his thing is. Were you
I
ever
do not
there?
exactly, but it's at the edge of the orchard, he said.
You were there before.
Oh, you did walk us out there, but
You were there when I cried. You tried to calm me. Remember?
okay.
That was
But you should know where it is, basically.
well. Okay, let's. Here's the way I remember. You can tell me if I'm wrong. I seem to remember that happening in the orchard, or were you past the wall when?
You're right, Bob. That was in the orchard. You're right.
All right. So, Finessa, what do you do when you get up to the orchard and you can see that there's really nobody else around and it's dark, and you have a little bit of moonlight to work with, but not that much. It's coming up like the moon is, a few more days you could certainly see a little better, but right now, and plus with the overcast of the clouds, it's
Right.
And I don't remember. Do you have infravision?
I do.
Okay.
So I take my time, and I go. He said it was out at the edge of the orchard, and I don't know exactly what time it is anyway. I guess I can try looking at the moon or digging a hole with a leaf and a needle, but that doesn't do much good.
You would guess it's maybe an hour or two after dark, so that's about the best I can do for you. Okay.
All right.
So you are in the orchard, and do you do anything else other than wait patiently for something?
Now I'm going to head out to beyond the gate.
Okay. I would like Finessa to roll a D12, please. Come on, man. Now's when I want that one, baby. Come on.
Well, it's a D12 and it's an 11. 2 ones. Are you happy?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. So you tentatively walk past the gate and leave the grounds of the Abbey proper into the surrounding clear-cut area. Jason has his hand up.
Shad will be just listening for animal signs in case people approach. Anybody. He's just sitting in a lotus position, all with his cape all draped over him, and just listening, feeling the earth. So if any animal sounds signal that something is wrong, I'll know.
Does Shadrach do or have any abilities or cast any spells which could give him a higher successful chance of detecting someone 250 feet away who may or may not be approaching?
I could, and I had wanted to do this before, and I'd forgotten that I wanted to say this. I will call an animal. I'll call a bird, and when the bird sees anybody approaching me, it will make a noise and let me know that somebody's approaching.
All right. So
Call animal or bird, it's first level.
No, I got you. I hear you. So Finessa, in case you were not listening or you weren't here, there is about a 50-foot clear-cut area from the low rock wall to the forest proper, I guess you could say. It's, so...
Is this the area that Shadrach did the Burning Man?
No, the burning was, if you were looking at the map, it would be the southeast of the Abbey was where
Okay.
the bonfire was set up.
All right.
So how far do you walk by yourself at night? Hello.
I go out to the edge of the clearing,
Yes.
the outer edge where the woods begin, and I say, Shadrach! Shadrach!
Okay, I would like you to roll another D12 for me, please. But this time, don't roll a D12. Roll a D8.
Don't?
Roll a D8.
Oh, I'm lucky that you called that off because I rolled a 1. Here comes a D8. 3.
All righty. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
All right.
I was about to let you gloat, but
Yeah. Shadrach, you hear someone calling. It's hard to make out, but someone is either drunk or hurt, but it's definitely an odd yell that I'm not so sure you've heard before. Like, maybe familiar, but man, it's definitely like a fucking...
Is it from the direction of the Abbey?
Correct.
I'll walk in that direction. Using
Okay.
my path without trace.
Okay. You, I would like you to roll me a D12, please.
Oh, man.
Except don't roll a D12, roll a D20.
Oh. Well, all right. I rolled a 16.
Okay. From a distance, Finessa, you see Shadrach just at the edge of your infravision coming through the forest towards you.
there you are.
And at this point, you all are within talking distance, and the scene is yours.
I move forward to Shadrach and I say, I'm sorry that I had to put you off.
You said
This must be...
Hold on, Jason.
I
Whenever you guys are done, just give yourselves a beat. Jason, you're kind of hopping in there. You're a little too antsy. So go ahead.
Pew, pew.
Go ahead, Daryl.
I know that it must have been important to you to come. So what's got you bothered?
Why are you
What's
there?
happened?
You said you'd be here at midnight. I was preparing.
Well, I got finished, and I thought I would come right away.
Yes. Finish. I have something important to tell you. Something that's been bothering me. I want to tell you that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I ever thought I could love a green lump like you, and I backhand Finessa.
Oh, I need Finessa to roll a d10 to see if she's surprised.
Two.
Okay, does Finessa have any reaction on her dexterity?
She does. It is, no, she does not. I thought it was a minus, but it is not. It's just zero.
Finessa, you are surprised as Shadrach roll an attack. And before you roll an attack, tell me of the intent of the strike. Is this are you doing full brawling attack? Are you pulling the punch? Are you?
I busted it.
So you're going to just a regular old a brawling attack.
Sure, a backhand. I mean,
Okay.
it's not a punch, but it certainly hurts if it connects or
Well,
gets your attention.
You can either do full damage or you can pull your punch and do no damage.
I do full damage.
Okay. So, and you can also say you're going for the special condition of, you know, a called shot.
No, I just smack her in the face
All
if I
right.
can.
Roll an attack, and I don't think Finessa has any armor class bonus from her deck, so it's a straight roll an attack, and tell me what armor class you hit.
I hit armor class with 4.
Okay, that is a hit. Roll a D2 and add any strength bonus you might have.
No strength bonus. 2 points.
And then I would like Finessa, and that's 2 points of brawling, so that's under a separate category, Daryl.
All right.
I would like Finessa and Shadrach to both roll strengths, please. And you will reveal your totals.
D20.
That's a strength check, correct.
All right.
So we go first with the attacker,
22.
and then we go with the defender.
32.
Okay, Finessa, you are not knocked down. You are not moved backwards at all, but you are surprised, and this is not the first time this month that you have been backhanded in the face.
Yeah, it's getting pretty fucking old.
So, the surprise round is over. Now we will go to regular, and we will have actions. And remember, you have a full array, parlay, ready with a parlay, ready with an attack. Just so you're aware, you don't have to like fucking automatically do something. So anyway, so Jason, what is your action? I'm sorry, Shadrach, what is your action?
Parlay.
Okay.
I'm talking.
Yes. Finessa, action.
Parlay and attack.
So, well, those are two actions. You can say a few.
Okay.
You can say a few words because that's what we allow, like a quick sentence or something like that. But a parlay means you actually have a conversation.
Okay. Then
So-
I guess it's not a physical attack, but attack, I guess.
Okay. All right. I would like both of you to roll initiative, please.
Look at that. Roll an individual initiative. Another 4 on that fucking dice.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
Okay.
Oh, it's a D10. I rolled a D20.
Okay.
I always forget. 6.
Okay. Shadrach, your parlay goes first.
I say, you, hag spawn, I know what you are now. How you clutched that bundle to your breast. All this time, I loved you and it was wrong. I loved an ideal, and then I remembered the void that was filled by your face. The same face that tortured me. Fight me! Whoops.
Now, hey, we're role playing. We ain't actually throwing shit, so.
Fight me!
Okay.
Fight me, you hunchback bitch! Fight me now or you'll never leave this grove.
Okay.
I start casting.
Vanessa, it is your turn.
Casting is a separate action.
That's
I
correct.
know, but you can see my eyes in my head.
Say, bastard! At my loudest breath, and I spit in his face. That's my attack. I'm spitting in his face.
Wow.
Shadrach, save versus breath weapon.
A good, slimy, ogre, slumpkin.
I saved. I rolled a 17.
Okay, so
I would take her spit though. If she's just gonna spit, I'll just take it.
well, you don't
Yeah, I
actually.
bet you would.
You don't actually know. So as she hawks a loogie, you kind of move a little bit, and just a little bit you can feel just a tiny little bit kind of brush up against your beard, but you avoid the massive hawk a loogie that comes from the half ogre, and that is Vanessa's action. Now we go to the end of the round. Does anyone want to move?
Yes.
Okay, well, Shadrach, you want initiative, so do you want to move?
Shadrach doesn't move. No.
Vanessa, do you want to take a half move?
I turn and walk back to the Abbey.
Shadrach, you are allowed an attack of opportunity when someone turns their back to you. Do you take it?
I want to kick her right in the butt. Just
Okay. Roll a normal
turn your
attack.
back on me.
Roll a normal attack roll, no adjustments.
I hit a armor class of my tackle is
What's
Hang
your,
on.
your melee thaco's on the left of your sheet.
I got I'm looking, hang on.
Measly Thaco.
And thaco minus your dice
I
roll.
had it a minute ago and I don't remember. Okay, blah blah blah. Oh, my tackle, melee tackle is 16. I rolled a 12, so I hit armor class what?
A 4, okay. And with using a kick, you are a priest. Your non-proficiency penalty is a 2, which means you hit an armor class of 6. And Vanessa, I'm assuming that is a hit.
It is.
So with a
Be
kick,
careful trying to use your foot as a weapon, man.
with a,
Don't kick too hard. You pull a hammy.
with a kick, that is a D3 points of damage.
Oh, yeah, look out, baby. 1 point.
All right, Vanessa,
Get
you
my toe,
take
my boot right up your crack. Whoop.
Vanessa, you take 1 point of damage. Both of you make strength checks again, please.
Oh,
So the attacker reveals,
17.
and the defender reveals.
17.
All right. So you have to win to be knocked. You know,
Tie
the
goes
attack.
to the defendant.
Correct.
I
So,
didn't know I can knock you down.
and so what that means is that as you turn, the angry Shadrach lashes out and throws a kick, striking you in your right, like upper thigh / ogre cheek, and just for a second you kind of like do, but you catch yourself and you continue to move at your pace.
I can't believe I came all the way out here. What an ass!
Okay. So, Vanessa, you are now 6 squares away from, unless you wish to move a shorter distance, away from Shadrach.
No,
and
I'm leaving.
that puts you back in the clearing between the wall and the forest.
Okay.
We now move to the next round, or are we out of combat? And I will allow you, Shadrach, to declare.
I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay. Vanessa, do
I
you have
increase my movement rate.
Well, that's your
I
movement.
begin to run.
Do you have an action?
I run.
So your action is move. Okay.
Yes.
So, both of you roll initiative, please. And that's a D10,
God damn it! Why do I keep rolling D20 for that?
because you're used to playing 5th edition.
10.
So Finessa is delayed while Shadrach rolls a 2. So, what is the casting time of the spell?
I believe it is 7. Let me look to make sure I had it.
Oh, now he believes it's.
Oh, look out, man. Look out, you hag spawn.
What are you casting?
Oh.
Casting time 7, sticks to snakes.
Okay, 7. So, on fast, at the beginning of the round, Shadrach begins casting. Finessa starts to speed up, and how fast would you like to move? You can
I'm
you
running.
you can run, which doubles. You can sprint, which triples, but you have to make a strength check, and then you can go 4 times or 5 times with harder checks. So, which one are you picking?
I will double.
Okay, so that puts you now move an additional 12 squares, because I think your movement is 12, if I remember correctly.
Let's see. I am seeing 12. Yeah.
Okay, so that puts you at 18 squares, or 120 feet away from Shadrach in the...
By the end of the round. Correct.
No, hold on. Oh, that's right, you got slowed down, didn't you? Fuck, that's right. So, what is, let me see what 7 is. I might have messed that up.
Slow.
Yeah, if it's slow, then it'll be what I said, but let me just make sure.
Yeah.
Let me just
Puts
make
me on
sure.
average.
7. So, okay, so on average, Vanessa gets to 18 squares away, and then we go to slow, and Shadrach's spell goes off.
How many yards is 18 squares?
6. No.
6 yards.
No.
Nuh-uh.
120 divided by 120 divided by 3 is 40.
How many?
Divided by 3.
40 yards. Yeah, isn't it 3 feet to a yard?
120.
Okay.
120 feet divided by.
Yeah, makes 40 yards.
Hang on.
Apparently his spell gives area or
My
range.
spell speed was 8. It doesn't matter. It was
Yes,
still
it does.
slow. Well, it was 8. It's still slow.
Yeah, still slow.
All right. The range of the spell is 80 yards.
All right, so you're still within the spell range, because that would be 240 feet. And
All right. Wall of fire.
what are you casting?
Wall of fire.
Wall of fire. Okay.
5th level.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
I warned you not to run away.
Flames get higher.
The
And it
spell
burns,
creates.
burn, burn.
Okay. If you wish to change the random components of the spell description, you may give a descriptive casting, or you could just say I cast Wall of Fire and let the chips fall where they may.
No. I have my little skull bones that I had from before, and as she's running, I kind of include my curse into her casting. It's like, you run, you cannot flee from me. And I cast Wall of Fire. A pinch of phosphorus. In this case, it's my little bones. And my casting is sincere. I'm like, fire! Block this hag spawn. I create the widest fire I can create.
Okay, which side of the wall are you having the fire on? The wall, the side that
the
points.
side she's running to.
Okay, and where do you put up the wall?
Right in front of her.
How close?
20 feet.
The spell creates an opaque sheet of flame up to 1 20-foot square per level, or a ring with a radius of up to 10 feet, plus an additional 5 feet for every 2 levels of experience. So do you
I
pick
just create the wall. I don't bring her in.
Okay. And how many 20-foot squares would you like to put up?
If it's in front of her, it'll be the maximum length I can make it.
Okay.
Her as the center.
All right, so if I remember correctly, Shadrach is 8th level.
9th level, sir.
So that would be 180 square foot. And so basically, Finessa, as you're running, you see this wall of flame. He can say however he wants it to appear. I kind of envision it like starting where you are 20 foot ahead of you and just kind of like quickly going in either direction to its maximum length. And the light kind of temporarily blinds you just for a second. Not enough because it doesn't say that it has any kind of blinding effect, but just a very brief where you're like, and you put your hands up to block it for a second. And you are 20 foot away, so must be cat. Okay. Okay. So, is there a saving throw? No. Okay, so Shadrach, roll a d4.
A 2.
Finessa, the heat from this wall of fire, at first it causes you to put your hands up and block it, and then as your eyes adjust and you look left and right, the heat of it comes on suddenly and you take 2 points of fire damage as the heat just is like super hot. It's kind of like if you, the old campfire thing where you just get too close while you're cooking your marshmallow and you're like, damn it!
Time to turn around, warm the other side.
Okay. So then we go to, let me see if there's anything else about this that I need to okay, so you still have 12 squares of movement to take, Finessa, if you choose, which you can take now or not.
I take 2 steps toward Shadrach. I turn and I say, "You're insane!"
Okay, so I'm going to guess that you move just far enough to where no additional damage will be taken by remaining.
Correct.
Okay, so that's...
That's why I said 2 squares. I figured 10 more feet would probably...
Yes. Okay, so yeah, so all you really had to move was 1 square, but if you want to move 2, not a big deal.
Yeah, I move away from the heat, the intensity,
Okay.
and my shadow looms large as I raise my hands. You're insane!
So as the side of the half ogress and the fire behind her and her looming size casts a very long shadow, and it's like you're looking at the darkness of her, kind of giving a false sense of malevolence from the sister of the blend. That's just for a second before like the effect is, nullified by your knowledge that she's not. And she is now technically 120, so that would be 110 feet away, which is 20
some odd yards.
22 squares away.
Oh.
Is that right? No, it was 180, and then it went down to 160.
It was I went to 120. I moved 2 back. I'm 110 away.
Okay.
So instead of 30 yards, I'm now about 25, 28.
All right. So, and unless you have a small few words from either of you, that will be the end of this round.
Fight me, or you'll never leave here.
I said mine. You're insane.
Okay. That is the end of round number 2.
Chad, smile.
We go to round number 3. Shadrach, action.
Casting.
And Finessa, action.
Casting.
Alrighty, would you please both roll a d10 for initiative?
Oh. 7.
5.
Alright. Pykel, I would like you to roll a d10, please.
Okay. 4.
4. Oh, I was hoping you would roll very high. You are sleeping so peacefully.
Well, I'm in the heavy, so I wouldn't hear none of that. I might smell the forest fire soon, but
Yeah, soon. Okay. And that was what I was going to say, was as, to Finessa, was as she turns around and, you're insane! The smell of burning plants and a couple screeching, scurrying animals are clues that if there was no giant wall of fire behind you, something is happening. Okay. So,
the plants cry out as they're destroyed. I turn to cinder.
and this is happening in the clear-cut area. So, it is...
the chance of the fire spreading will be diminished.
The guards might see that.
They might, yes. Okay, so, if I remember correctly, Finessa won initiative.
5.
So it depends on the casting time of the spell. 5. What's the casting time? 4.
4.
And what is the casting time for? Okay, so Finessa's spell goes first.
You're insane! Let the vines and the plants take you! And I hold my holy symbol high and cast Entangle. Centered on Shadrach.
Entangle. Okay, well, Shadrach, you are in the forest, so there will be things available to entangle. And
I hope so.
Daryl, if you would like to change the some of the possibilities that the spell has to offer, you can tell me what how you cast the spell and
Yeah, I just did it a second ago. After I say you're insane, I pull my holy symbol and say, "Let the vines and the shrubs take you."
all right. Hold on, this is Dan.
Goodbye.
You're on
I'll be
speaker,
right back.
Dan.
I thought you said we weren't gaming tonight. We were starting next week.
Well, I don't remember saying that. I remember saying we weren't gaming last Wednesday.
Oh, I thought you said 2 weeks in a row.
Well, we were off 2 weeks in a row.
All right, my bad. I am off and I'm heading home. I can come by and start gaming. Like it,
Sure, why not?
20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. They already told me they'll let me leave early. They won't make me stay as late on Wednesday. So.
Well, what's late?
What time do we start?
5?
All right. Well, I can be out there by 4:30.
Well, that sounds great to me. All right.
Okay.
We'll see you when you get here.
All right. Bye.
Bye. And okie dokie. Well, I guess we're taking a little...
Remember, I would like to remind the Dungeon Master that it was raining today, and the conditions are wet, or they should be, I would think.
Yes.
If not,
I would...
okay, well then the chances of a forest fire are not really super high.
Yes.
I get the area.
Yes.
That's part of my reasoning for doing that. So,
Sounds reasonable. I am going to go wee-wee. I will be right back. Oh. I am going to go wee-wee. You know why? Because nobody gives a shit.
I've done that at work before. It's like, I have to go wee. And they're like, okay, wee!
That's great.
Idiots. Yeah, it's pretty gay. But it's very gay and it's super gay and it's
No,
lovely.
I said that's great.
Oh, sorry.
I don't. Ever since I had kids, I can't say gay anymore because they repeat shit, and that's no good. So
Oh,
I changed it.
I get it. I get it.
I say everything is straight now because that's apparently okay.
But I mean, I know the meaning of it, and you know the meaning of it. We don't. It's not derogatory, so yeah. I'm gonna eat your soul, Finessa.
What a jerk.
You want to entangle me in weeds, you fool?
You're the one standing in the forest.
Oh, yes, that's why I'm here. So far, you've performed as I expected.
You're
Excellent.
Your guy's gonna be a little mad at you, that squirrel.
I can't believe you're killing the critters with your fire.
Oh, they're fine. They're fine.
I'm sure a squirrel is pretty much fricassee once he hits a wall of fire, but
Yes.
I don't have any hit.
I think that my purpose is genuine, and you will understand when it's fulfilled, or you'll kill me. Fight me.
We'll see.
Fight me.
We'll see.
Green hulking slob. That's what I'm saying to you. Come on.
I hear you.
I should have busted your little pottery project, you clunk. Hag spawn. Spy of the witches. I know what you are. You're your mother.
Yeah.
You're your mother.
Alright, I lost my beard.
Certainly somebody has seen flames in the forest. If not, they might not have smelled smoke, but there's a big fireworks display going on.
Yeah, we're not that far from the wall.
No, I know.
We'll see.
I love you, Finessa. You just don't get it.
Once you're entangled, I can get back inside.
I've been planning this for 2 weeks.
You've had a little while to think about it, yeah?
You'll see. You ran. I wasn't expecting you to run.
Ain't nobody got time for this.
Oh, you think that if you loved me, you would. You think there was something wrong. You ran. You were afraid.
All righty then.
Big Shad's off his medication.
All righty, where were we? I think as
I just cast
yes,
Entangle.
as the branches of nearby trees and plants and shrubbery that are all around on the forest floor. The forest floor isn't like densely packed, but it is, there are things randomly growing and saplings and whatever. So, Shadrach, would you please make a saving throw? Hold on. And I am going to impose a -2 to your saving throw because of the role-playing of the caster.
All right, I got a save versus spell. Am I correct?
That is correct.
All right. Let me check that real quick. All right, save versus spell.
At your level, I'm going to guess it's a 9. That's a guess.
It's 12.
Oh, it's 12. Okay, so you really need to roll a 14.
I rolled a 14.
Look at that motherfucker right there. Okay, so even with the -2, that is a success.
Because I rolled a 16 initially, so.
Okay. So, yeah, so you made it by more than what I thought. Okay.
But now you're slowed.
Correct.
You're still slowed.
Yeah, that's fine. I wasn't intending on...
So what that means is that as you move, you are avoiding and things are like grasping, but you are pulling through. So, as Finessa said, it's more of like a slow effect, but that does not mean you are grappled. So your spell will be able to go and you may cast your spell.
I entangle Finessa. I say, as I grip the roots that are going around me, I'm like, yes! And take her to Mother of the Earth!
Okay. Finessa, I would like you to save versus spells, and I would like you to also make it with a -2 penalty.
All right. Let's see what this black die has in store for me.
This is where Daryl rolls a 1.
No. With the -2, I rolled a 17.
Holy shit. All right. So both of you now are like dueling grass and shrubbery and vines and what do you call that? The stuff that'll grow up the side of your house.
Verge.
Creepin' Jones.
No, it's
Virginia Creeper.
Hey man, I dated that chick.
I smoked some of that yesterday, man. The Virginia Creeper.
Initiative. Damn it.
Hold on. I'm just doing this for my own fucking sloogie here.
That's great, Vanessa. We both wanted to do entangle. That's great.
Yeah, we think a little bit alike there.
Yay! We're both going, ah!
That's what it is. It's called ivy.
Ah.
So, and the
Like
reason
at the hospital.
the reason the reason I say ivy is because that's what grows on my house if I don't pay attention to it.
What? I was just like, I thought that was the obvious one. Okay.
My brain don't work so good.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, well, you'll have that. Okay, so that is the end of round 3. And would either of you, hold on, we're not at the end. Would either of you like to move a square
Yes.
at the end of the round?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so when you cast Entangle Shadrach, does your fire spell go away?
It continues until either the end of its round or end of its turn, or when I choose to end it.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
All right, let's see here.
Hang on. I'm going to look at my
It's
thing.
concentration.
The wall of fire lasts as long as the priest concentrates on
Concentrate to
maintaining
maintain
it.
it, or 1 round per level of experience. I'm just letting it burn.
Of the priest in the event he does not wish to concentrate upon it. So
Yeah, I'm just letting it burn.
I'm thinking that it's fair to say that you casting another spell would require your concentration. So
I will accept that.
I'm thinking that, or 1 round per level of experience of the priest. So is that what you're going with, or are you going?
I just threw up a wall of fire and I'm not concentrating on it. No.
Right. Are you letting it run its course then, or are you purposefully ending it? Because that is like dropping a
I'll
weapon.
end it.
You can
If
do
If
that.
he's entangled, I'll let it end.
Okay. So, and the
That's
reason
good
that
enough for me.
on your turn you can do that, that's like when you drop a weapon to draw another weapon. It's like dropping a spell
But
to
I
cast.
wasn't really trying to burn the orchard or anything down. That was not my intention. It was just a stopper, which it
Yeah.
did.
I get you. Okay, so we're good. So as the last bit of flames die away and the steam rises from the moist grassland, that's kind of an eerie sight too, in the moonlight and the steam rising from the ground as if you were in a swamp. We go to round number. Oh wait, so somebody, Shadrach or who won initiative? So Finessa, you
We
wanted to
moved
move.
towards each other, I think.
Oh no, I don't remember. Which way did you want to go? Your 1 square movement.
I'm going to go around the wall to the left.
Okay, so you move 1 square to the left.
Yes.
And then Shadrach, did you want to move 1 square?
Forward towards her.
Okay, so you move 1 square. So that puts you now at 105 feet or 21 squares away.
How many yards?
No, is that right? It was 110, 105?
It was 110 feet.
I guess it is.
Because my spell range was 80 yards, and I cast it 20 feet in front of her. And she moved back 10 feet or something like that.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm having such a hard time figuring that out.
I hate math. It's okay. I sympathize with you.
But just so we're clear, I would like to...
Damn it.
Okay. So... let's get out the old ruler. So she was 18 squares away before the fire went up. Then she moved back to 16 squares. Now she's at 15 squares. which is 15 inches. So we're just gonna do like this. 15 and there. And then she went one square that way and he moved up a square. And so we're good there. Pikel's way back here snoozing. Bart's not there. Tamark is on his way driving. Okay. So, there's our encounter distance. We go to round number 4. And actions. Shadrach.
Casting.
Finessa.
Casting.
I would like both of you to roll D10 for initiative, please.
8.
Oh, a 4. Okay. So, what is
4.
the casting time of your spell, Shadrach?
7.
What is the casting time of your spell, Finessa?
5.
So 5 is average, 7 is slow. The loser side of average goes first. Vanessa.
I say, I raise my hands to the sky. Heavenly Father, let the blend release me from these clutches. And she pushes her hands out and casts Disentangle.
Ooh, disentangle. I'm guessing it's just the reverse.
It allows immediate, no, it's a different spell, but it allows immediate escape from magical effects such as bind, entangle, ever black tentacles, rope of entanglement. You foolish initiate!
Okay.
Call yourself a druid? Let you burn the orchards?
That is a spell granted by
the dwarves.
So
Thard.
I would like
Thardar.
I would like Vanessa to make a religion check, please.
20 plus
Okay.
19.
Alright.
Well, you can't know much more about it than that. So, the spell is granted. You cast the spell. I'm seeing if there's anything about it that I need to be aware of, but apparently it looks like it just works. There's no roll needed.
It lasts for 1 round per level, so I can continually move through this crap.
Okay, so you cast the spell. The grasping ground cover is pushed away and lays flat in just beyond you, as if it is still reaching up but can't reach you, and you are disentangled.
Woohoo!
We now go to the winner side of slow, which is Shadrach.
I cast Thorns of Binding.
Thorns of Binding.
Wait, let me get there. Because I've got 3 different, pages open on the crap.
Let's see what this does. There it is.
Symbol. Damn.
Okay, by casting the spell,
There we go. Thorns of
the
Binding.
priest causes a magical thorny vine to appear and wrap itself around a chosen creature. A successful saving throw means the attack is foiled and the vine dissipates harmlessly. So I need to look back at Disentangle
Yeah, it will negate it.
and see if it's
But I'm
like...
casting after the fact.
It's continuous for 8 rounds. Plus 1.
Bitch.
Yeah, dumbass.
You better run.
I just read the spell description.
I'm gonna grind your bones into bread.
I'm gonna use a thorny vine. Oh yeah, it's negated.
You gotta make a saving throw, bitch.
I don't think so. That's what he's looking for.
-4.
That's what he's looking for.
Okay, so the duration of the disentangle means that it is in effect.
This is a higher level spell.
Well, I can appreciate your thinking.
Point.
However, that spell is in effect. So when you cast Thorns of Binding, the vine appears, and as it goes to wrap itself around the chosen creature, the disentangle effect causes it not to be able to make contact with the protected creature.
Chad lets her escape.
But just for the
No, you
hold on.
don't, because I had just escaped on my own.
Just for the fun of it, I would like Shadrach.
Oh, that's right. Run, bitch.
I would like Shadrach to make a religion check, please,
Oh no.
because this is uncommon for priests of the dark sun setting.
Well-
So,
She's gonna get away. I know she's gonna get away anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
well,
But I'll check it.
let's
All right.
let's make it
My
official.
my religion is
Should be pretty high.
18.
I'm working on
So
it.
roll a d20 and add 18.
28.
So even with the -6 for this being a dark sun spell, you still were granted the spell by the elemental gods that you pray to. And then the power of the blend rebukes that mana infestation.
Excellent.
And now we move to the end of the round. And at the end of the round, Shadrach won initiative. So he will get to do, if he wants to take a half move, which in this case would be 1 square.
5 feet.
He
5
chooses-
feet would be
He
a half
chooses
I don't
not.
move. Chad doesn't move.
Okay. Isaiah, what are you doing? Nothing? Did you get your cup?
Well, be 20, Isaiah.
Okay, yeah. Oh no, he's not your dad. Okay, and then it is Finessa's turn, and
I do wish to move.
she will be able to take a half move at the end of the round, and you move 6 squares.
Squares.
In what direction?
He let the wall expire, he said, so do I see that it's extinguished?
Yes.
I move toward the gate of the monastery.
So you move 30 feet towards the gate, and with the amount that you had traveled before, you are able to make it inside the gate and an additional 10 feet.
He's gone insane!
I need Clark, since you're over there being patient, roll me a d12, please.
All right. 8.
And then roll a d12, please.
12.
Nope. Okay. And that is where the round ends. And we now go to round number 5. And Shadrach, action, any?
Shapeshift.
And Finessa, action.
I'm continuing to run toward the,
So your action is to
Toward my-
move.
yes.
All right. Roll initiative, the two of you, please. A d10.
A 1.
Finessa is sped up a phase. Shadrach
I rolled a
got
7.
7. All right. So Finessa, at what rate do you move?
Double
Okay, and where are you going?
to the temple. If it's open. If I know that it's not open, I won't go there.
You know that it is not because it's after dark.
All right. I wasn't sure how that worked. I will
If
make haste
you-
to my quarters.
Well, hold on. You are aware that if you want to get in the temple, you will have to either knock on the door and hope that one of the attendants inside hears you, or you can go in through the courtyard, through the infirmary.
Okay.
And if you don't quite remember where the infirmary is, that is the part where on the left or the western side, the doorway that you guys have gone in and out many times, that's the infirmary there, all those small rooms. And then the stairs that go down to the lower level there, that's under the courtyard. But that's considered the infirmary. And then the doors that go to the courtyard, you know that a lot of times that they leave the door to the temple there unlocked because somebody's a fucking idiot and they don't remember to lock it.
Okay.
And
I move
your
toward the
quarters,
infirmary then.
your quarters, I was just going to say, would be in the building to the north of the temple that says monk's quarters on it. So
Yeah, it's closer, but I'm heading to the temple.
okay. So as you run, you move 12 squares, and you can make it just about to the southeastern corner of the temple, just right there to that door that's
Okay.
it's not open.
I
Okay.
get to that corner and I just look back to see if Shadrach's following me.
Okay. Shadrach, your turn.
I turn into an owl.
All right, you turn into an owl. And then we go, and Finessa, you make me a perception check, please. And
D30.
what is the range on your infravision? Is it 60 feet?
60 feet, yeah.
Okay.
Exactly a 30 on my
All right.
perception.
When you look back, looking for Shadrach, all appears still. You don't see anything other than a couple of guards appear to be moving in that direction, and they do not appear to be, how shall we say, moving in an urgent fashion. They're
not on alert.
just on the edge of your infravision, just past the temple. So it's kind of like as they move out of your range of vision.
Okay.
Okay, and then Shadrach, you, okay, so Finessa, it is now if you want to move some more, you may.
I will go through the infirmary to the temple.
Okay, so as you run, I would like you to roll a d12.
Seven.
Okay, now here in the front, there are guards there, and they're like, hey, what's going on? To
Shadrach has gone insane.
Shadrach, the druid?
Yes, he
Do you
attacked me.
First of all, do you stop to talk to these guys, or do you just say Shadrach's insane and keep going?
I keep going.
Okay, so that's kind of Shadrach's insane. All right, and then you are able to make it to the door to the infirmary, but you can't go in yet. And then Shadrach, at the end of the round, are you going to take a half move as an owl?
I will just try to disengage myself and fly to a limb and just sit there and wait. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Okay.
Let's see.
If I can't, I'll just stay there entangled as an owl.
Let's
That's fine.
see. Let us see if he's entangled as an owl. I'm guessing he is. He's a entangled little owl. He's next on Disney Plus. The Entangled Owl.
If anything, I get another saving throw to get away. I don't know. I mean, I'm not trying to escape, but if I can turn into an owl and fly to a limb nearby, I'll do that, and I'm not trying to run away or anything like that.
Okay, sure.
I don't know if smaller creatures are more prone to it or not. I know bigger creatures are less prone.
In any event, I turn into an owl.
Okay, so you turn into an owl. You fly 1 square up.
Yeah,
And a vine is still grasping your talon.
that's fine. I'm not resisting. I'm not resisting at all.
Okay. And then, so now no one's around anybody, so we can go out of combat. And one of the guards is kind of like not being looked at, so we can't tell what he's doing. And Finesse, you go into the doorway there, and are you going to continue to run through the halls? No. Okay.
No.
You move at a normal pace, and you make the right turn and go into the courtyard, and I need you to roll a D12, please.
12.
And then you walk past it's not concrete, but it's like a shaped stone that has used for a fire pit or what have you. And then you go through the door there to the temple, and I need you to roll a D20 because there is a 1 in 20 chance that somebody actually locked the door.
18.
Okay. So you go into the temple, and you can see that there are but a few candles lit. The place for the people to worship is mostly in shadow and darkness. There are a few candles lit up at the altar, and there are lamps at each door, including the one you just went through, that are set on small tables to provide a tiny bit of light, and if someone needed to like search for something in the temple, they could take one of the lamps or lanterns and carry it with them. You, however, don't necessarily need to, so what do you do when you get into the temple?
I turn and lock the door knowing that it's supposed to be. And also hoping that it keeps anybody from following me.
Okay.
And I
Go ahead.
find a spot at the pew, and I sit down and I begin to weep and pray.
All right.
Not casting a particular spell, I'm just going through the 37 axioms of the blend.
Let the
just-
record show that the weeping by Finessa is not caused by Dan arriving back at the gaming table after a year. It was just happened to work out that way.
We're looking at the map, so I didn't even know he was there.
Okay. Oh, I see. So, well, yeah, I guess
Blow gun of priest. Look out.
if you were seeing the Facebook feed, you could see Dan's, you could see him if he was more at the corner down there,
Hi, Dan.
but you can sit wherever you want. Or
Yeah, sit down.
Or you can sit there,
Let me
even,
know
because
when you
that
get
actually,
well.
that'll show up pretty much right there in the corner of the screen, so that's good. Okay. So now if you're looking at this later on YouTube or Facebook, you can see me here, and then the computer, the TV screen, and then an actual live person over here on the right.
How about that?
Besides you.
Welcome back.
Hi, Dan.
Oh, I can't see anybody, but
You're all right. Okay, so eventually the owl is able to fly, and it's a struggle, but he flies and he flies, and after a couple minutes,
No, I don't struggle. There's no struggle.
well, then you don't maintain flight and you just lay on the ground. And what do you do there, if anything? Just wait patiently?
When the spell expends, when it's over, I will fly to a branch.
Okay. All right, and that happens, and then what next?
I'm going to turn back into a human and cast a spell.
All right, what spell do you cast?
Messenger.
Messenger. All of these
Level 2.
spells being cast. Let's see what that does. There
This
it is.
spell enables the priest to call upon a tiny creature
Oh
to
yeah,
act as his messenger.
yeah. What animal do you call upon?
A tiny bird.
So a little sparrow comes and lands next to you on the branch.
And I tell it the message to send Finessa. It'll find its way into the temple.
You lure
say-
it to you with a piece of moldy bread.
No, I got some good berries left. And moldy bread, whichever it wants. I have plenty of food for the beasts.
Just for shits and giggles, as you hold out the enticement, the bird rolls a saving throw. It's going to have to roll very high. And it rolls a 19. That still might have failed. Let me look it up. Could you imagine you
I'm not
fucking...
trying to get it to do anything.
I know, but
bad.
this is the luck of the draw. It's kind of fun to... Let's see.
I'll cast it again if I have to. I'll cast it twice if I have to.
A 0 level, look at that, 19. It as you hold out the good berry, the bird eyes you sideways, and then you swear it looks back at where you cast the wall of fire, and it flies away, taking a tiny shit. Amazing.
I'll
Amazing.
cast it again,
Okay.
and
What do you
with much denigration upon myself, rubbing dirt through my hair. Please,
Owls have hair?
I turned back
No,
into a human to cast a
he's-
spell, sir.
He's changed back. Speaking of that, if you were missing any hit points,
No, I'm good.
okay. All right, what do you call this time?
Another small bird.
Okay.
Maybe the same one. I'm sorry.
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
So this time it's going to have to roll a natural 20. I'm going to roll this right out so everyone can see it.
Roll the pink one.
Oh, yeah, where is it? Where's the die of death here? Here we go. And I'm going to take a picture if it comes up with 20. Oh, ready? Oh, no. A 5. So the bird comes back, and this time it takes a bead out of that good berry and munches it, and then waits patiently for your instructions.
Chad pulls out a small scrap of bark that he has, and with a berry juice, he scribbles on the bark, I love you, Finessa. You passed the test. And I attach it to the bird's little leg and send it to the temple. Because I know she's going to run there. I know. And then I'm just sitting there as a human, doing nothing else. If there's a fire burning anywhere, I'll go put it out. I'll go stomp on it or whatever I have to do, because I can cast spells to put the fire out.
So I know it would be really, really great if I just hand wave the whole, I'm going to write something on a piece of bark.
I told you what I wrote.
But my question is, give me some details on, do you have things to write with? And do you have...
Shad reaches to the tree upon which he's sitting in the limb of as a human, strips a piece of bark, and holds it in his hand, and with that rejected good berry, he squeezes it, and then with a stick, he writes those simple words. You passed my test. I love you, Finessa.
All right.
And then with a small piece of vine or grass, I attach it to the bird's leg and send it on its way.
All right. I must be getting soft in my old age. When I was 21, I'd be like, "Come on, man!" But now now I'm 50. Now I'm 55, and I'm like,
when you were
"Sure."
20, when you were 21, you would have been like, the airspeed velocity of the undulating swallow would definitely not allow that.
You pick the sparrow and it
The
falls.
bark weighs more than the bird.
The bird falls out of the tree. Save versus paralyzation. Oh, it broke its neck. Okay,
Don't be a
but
dick, Vanessa.
old,
Take the bark. Woo!
old.
It's
A
your
a 5-ounce bird cannot carry a 2-pound coconut.
Old broken down DM Cobb says, "Sure, why not?" And this bird flies away with the little tiny piece of bark with this tiny message on it.
If it makes you feel any better, or as if it's more epic, it took us 20 years to wear you down to let a fucking bird fly.
You know, it's funny. You'd think I'd be proud of that, but not really. No, there is a piece of me deep down right now.
20 years, the
that
DM let it carry your engine actually do its job.
30 or 5 or 35 years.
I am swallowing my
Swallow pride.
my distaste of a lack of physics and allowing it.
Players know it is fantasy. The bird can't actually do it, but he's allowing it.
Yep.
European swallow.
Is this like a really big buff swallow? Like,
It's Arnold Sparrownator. And
You summon the whistle dick cock swallow.
And I hope it reaches you.
and now I would like Shadrach to roll me a luck roll on a D30, please.
What? Oh, you're getting a bonus for wisdom?
You're adding a level. You're adding your level to the dice roll.
Ooh, I'll take that. 29.
Okay.
I rolled a 20.
You're supposed to roll a D30.
What? Yeah, I did. I rolled a D30 and I rolled a 20.
Oh, okay. All right. So, as Finessa is doing exactly what she described, and the tears have dried a little bit, and her face is, though no one is there to see it, she's got some bags under her eyes from working hard at her task, and it's late, and it's past her bedtime. She hears a familiar sound. Of course, somebody left the shutters open on the temple. And as she looks, her infravision sees this little bird fly in a window, and at first she's slightly annoyed, a temporary distraction from the crisis that she's having. But then notices that the bird kind of flitters around and then comes and lands on the pew next to her, and it's clutching this little thing of bark in its tiny talon. And it looks up at her and goes,
I will remove the tiny piece of bark that the vines are strangling this bird's feet with. Are you in trouble, little guy?
At first you think that the bird maybe is hurt, like there's blood coming from its underside, but as you extract the piece of bark, you get the faint scent of a good berry, and as you look at this piece of bark, can you read Southern Tongue?
I can.
And it says, if I remember correctly, I love you, Finessa. You passed my test. And then the bird looks at you and goes, meep, and flies away. And it hits the wall, and then starts to fall down before raising back up and going out the window.
I crumble the bark and I say, test. Throw it on the floor.
The crumbling kind of almost echoes in the silence of the temple. And then from up front you hear, should I get someone to sweep that up? And
who is it?
as you look up, it is I just had it,
asshole or gaddy?
it is I just had it right here, crinkle snap.
The librarian is
There it is.
asshole.
They're all assholes as far as you're concerned.
AESOL.
It is pronounced Asol, but no, it is the hieromonk Gaddy.
Well, I apologize. I shouldn't have thrown it on the floor. I'll clean it up.
He says, I hope I didn't disturb you. I could have left here quietly and given you your time, but it is so unlike you to be so emotional that I can't help but ask, do you want to talk?
Well, I guess I do. Last time we spoke, I troubled you with all my sacred bundle troubles, but more repercussions of my mother being an evil witch, as you said. I'm troubled.
He comes over and sits down, not right next to you, but like a couple feet away. And he says, you have been given, in my opinion, so much, but you have been blessed and you have been cursed. And I cannot imagine what your life must be like. I only know what I see. And I see a dedicated, pious, kind, sister of the blend. I don't see your mother. And that is a credit to you. And if that is what is troubling you, take this for what it's worth. She was a bad person.
Yes, we can agree on that.
You are a good person.
Thank you, Gaddy.
He says, take as long as you'd like. I'll see myself out. And if you want to leave what you threw on the floor, I'm sure I can find an initiate to take care of it. Sometimes they need something to remind them of their place.
Thank you.
And you see him walk towards the northern end of the temple, and then he like shakes his head and walks back to the door that goes to the courtyard and tries to open it, and it's like it's barred, and he's like, what the... Oh, and he kind of does a sideways glance and then takes the bar and moves it and then exits. Yeah, he's a little goofy sometimes, leaving you there alone.
I'll go up to the is there an urn of holy water or something at a basin, and I'll do a holy marking, and I begin a whole prayer ritual.
As you're doing that, you yawn uncontrollably, and you are very tired.
Yes, I am.
Shadrach, yes.
At the end of anything, can I call a 5-minute break?
Well, let's let whoever's the new guy.
That's fine. Just let me know when I can take a 5-minute break. I just need 5 minutes.
Go ahead. Have you met Clark before?
I'm still listening.
No? Okay, I guess in all the time we played Clark, you've never met Dan.
Nope.
Okay. Well, Dan's been playing for a while.
Alright.
Did you ever play? Did you ever play when I lived in the trailer, or was it only you came over to the house in Arnold?
So no. So I played for a little bit in the trailer.
You did.
I played
okay.
a little bit over in Arnold, but I played the most over
in Herky.
In Herculean, yes.
All right. Okay, so so Finessa, after you do your prayers and your thing.
Yes, I retire.
Turn in. Okay. All right. So we should move to the next day. And on the next day, Tamar, you have been away for a while.
Yep.
And if you remember how I explained that it is that you left,
Yes, sir. You roll along.
you were there and they were like, we may be heading off to do something, and Vanessa was like, or somebody said, how about taking Vanessa? And you just took one look at her and was like, nope, can't do it, I'm out. And you just left. So, upon your travels,
You rolled like a 3 on a reaction adjustment.
You went about your career, and then you heard about there was some odd sightings near the temple, near the monastery. And there were some reports of female bandits accosting travelers between the monastery and the other wherever else they wanted to go. And so you had friends that were at the monastery, and it seemed like maybe it was a good idea to go back and see if they knew anything about female bandits and something along that
So
line.
do I have a contract? Did I get a contract with the female bandits?
Well, not yet. You're getting a funny feeling like there's something about these female bandits that's causing people to be hesitant about doing anything about it.
Okay.
Yeah, one of those deals.
Okay.
So, as you travel back on the road west, before making the right turn and taking the short road north up to the monastery, you may or may not remember what you encountered or what have you the last time you were in the area. Traveling to Knotneff and a worm coming out of the ground and a drow and all kinds of things.
Yes, so there's worm,
So
drow,
there's-
then there was the weird...
It wouldn't be the first time that something odd was coming from the area. And you remember that you fought the creature in the cave,
Right.
and who knows, maybe weirdness with that lingers. Could be any one of a million things, or it could just be poor people that, you know. So, you come back to the temple, and you are, you can tell me how you would like to approach the temple. You can go to the main gate and ask to come in, or you can ask other individuals that you may see.
I'll just go to the main gate.
Speaking of that, you got your phone on you, right? So
Yes.
did you see I added you back into the messenger list?
No, because I didn't literally look at anything.
Okay. So if you look on there, you have your messenger. You have messenger on your phone by any
Yeah.
chance? You will see some pictures of some preliminary sketching of the monastery. Jason has agreed to take what I have given him and give it a more artistic and professional appearance. So, but the basic layout is there. And he has explained to me that the way you can get to that, if you don't want to scroll through, is you go to your messenger and then go to D&D Jib Jabs. And then there will be at the top, if I remember correctly.
Is that the picture?
It looks like it.
Looks like a small eye. Click on that and click media.
So anyway,
So I have a stream, road,
yeah, that's it. Definitely.
orchards,
Okay.
pasture.
Some of you, you may remember some of that, you may not. So anyway, the monastery lays before you. How would you like to gain entry?
I'm just gonna come up to the main gate.
Okay. They say, welcome traveler. Where are you from?
I am, is not enough.
Make a charisma check, please. Straight. On a D20, add your charisma and give me a total.
9. I rolled a 1, by the way.
Oh no, that's critical fail. Roll another one.
Welcome back.
13.
Okay, 13 plus your charisma is, so that's over 20, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's 21.
Okay, so that's just a plain old fail. So he's like, I was gonna see if they remembered you, but apparently these
Not
people,
worth remembering.
these people do not. You say what to the guys at the main gate?
So, what was the name of that main town that they spoke Shizan in?
Well, the capital of the Republic is Czechs.
Czechs. Okay.
And then there's
I can't see the
Saskus, and then there's the port city to the south, Tila, which is a huge.
I believe I said I was from Czechs. So, I'm just I'm coming from Czechs, and I heard there was female bandits on the road, so I just coming this way to see what was up, and I have some friends that used to hang out here, so I thought I'd come by and see if they were still in the area. And
Well, certainly, as long as you bear no ill will, understand that this is a monastery of healing, monastery of the blend. We welcome all, we shelter all. As long as you respect everyone and do not cause harm, no harm will come to you.
no, I know there's buildings that you have to take weapons into and stuff. Yes.
You've been here before. I see. Very good then. And what's your name?
Oh, my name's Tamar.
Tamar. Okay.
I've actually done work for the monastery before.
We're just, you can see him just log your name, and he says, okay, please enjoy your stay. And
Hello.
he lets you pass. Well, hi, Kate.
You want to see the damage?
Oh, yeah. That's just weird.
I know, right?
I can do an iron patch on the inside of that, though. So.
And it was still ripping as I finally going over.
Why don't you go ahead and,
I'm gonna change it.
yeah, I will come back and get that later.
All right.
Okay. Other than that, everything's all right?
Yep.
All right. Very good. My son is back from college for the summer, and he's working at the chopper.
Also, hello, Dan.
Hardly working.
Yes. So you are allowed into through the low rock wall there, and where would you like to go? I need, okay, before you move along, let's go to Pikel and Finessa and Shadrach. What are the rest of you doing in the morning? So let's go to Pikel first.
Doing morning prayers, maybe go help at the craft area. Chip in whatever hand I can lend.
Okay. How about Finessa?
I will say my morning prayers and then go to breakfast.
And how about Shadrach?
Shad will make his way back to the monastery and sit outside the main door.
Okay, so you have lots of doors to pick from. When you say main door, do you mean the main door to the temple?
Yes.
Okay. All right. And just as a point of, just to try to be internally consistent, Finessa, you know that breakfast here, if you have, you don't really eat anything until that midday meal.
Okay.
Everyone just kind of gets up and works first. That's just normal jam. So nothing weird about it. So you can either like go about your normal monastic duties, which would be, you know, tending the gardens and maybe if there was somebody that requested your sisterly help, or you could do something else. Go ahead.
I'm going to seek out Prince B.
Okay. And so,
By looking, you know, in the courtyard and walking around, and if I see him, I'll engage him.
okay. So I would like Pikel and Shadrach and Finessa to all roll D6s, please. And I would like Tamar to roll D6. And I need a pencil. And then I will come over here. And then I will say, Pikel, what did you get on your D6?
3.
And then Shadrach, what did you get on your D6?
I rolled a 1, sir.
And Finessa, what did you get on your D6?
1.
And Tamar, what did you get on your D6?
5.
Okay. All right, so awkwardly, as Shadrach is sitting on the benches outside of the temple main doors, Finessa walks by. And the two of you notice each other at about a 50-foot distance. Is there any interaction between the two of you, or do the two of you continue to do what you said you would do when I asked before? And we'll start with Finessa.
I will stop and look over and say, you should leave this place and move along.
And is there anything from Shadrach?
If she looks and sees, she sees tears on Shadrach's face, and he says, my beloved, I had to know, after all we've been through, I had to know. You ran from me. You fled. All that I could bring against you. You didn't strike me down. And I beg your forgiveness, my beloved. I had to know. You don't understand the torture my mind has been through. I had to know. And I
I'm trying.
I fall on my face before my beloved.
I'm trying to understand.
Hold on, one at a time. So Daryl, Vanessa says, I'm trying to understand. Does that mean you've stopped, or does that mean you're saying it?
I do stop.
Let the DM, as you're over your shoulder, you just kind of look back and go, yeah, you should have thought of that before, motherfucker. Oh. But you said you stopped, so I had a funny picture in my mind of the half-ogress kind of walking by, giving it a cold
She's
shoulder.
still looking over her shoulder, though.
Okay,
Shadrach stands up, holds his arms out, and says, come to me, my beloved. I should never have harmed you.
That's right.
But I know now that I can trust you more than I ever trusted you before. And
I will move to...
the faith and the thorns and the entangled. He's still...
I will move to Shadrach. Never strike me again.
You never struck back, my beloved.
It goes against my nature.
I had to know.
I get that your mind is broken.
No. You were the one who is troubled. You were the one who is divided. The balance swings both ways, and you swing both ways, and I had to know. You could have struck out at me. You could have struck me down and I was waiting. I would have let you.
That is not the way of the blend.
I just didn't seek the blend. I sought you. Your heart. Not the blend. You. From what you come from. Your mother. Your father. I see now. And I will help you. I will join with you.
Pause.
When
Okay.
you build your
Pause.
new
Hold
temple,
on. Hold on, Jason.
have
Pause.
my strength with you.
Jason, pause. Okay. So, at that time, Pikel moves and comes south and heads to the crafting area. And when you go over to the smithy, you see an obvious sort of like 4 or 5 people standing down by the leather worker, all looking westerly, as if something is happening that is very interesting in front of the temple. So
Well, really,
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I guess I look at what they're looking at.
Okay, so you continue to move south, and as you kind of get down and look around the corner, you can see a large half-ogre dressed in the vestments of the church of the blend, talking somewhat, that I don't know if passionately is the right word, but more like
Stern?
stiff, yeah,
Agitating?
stiff and stern at a bearded man wearing leathers and all sorts of dangly bits, and you recognize that Finessa and Shadrach apparently are having either a very passionate discussion about philosophy, or somebody is mad at someone else. And I would like to think that if you are any man who is not mentally impaired, you can tell when a woman is pissed about something. So that is the description that I am leaving there for you to do with as you see fit. Do you do anything with it?
I would just say passively, kind of under my breath to the crowd. Those two need to get a room.
And then you go back north to the smithy.
Just go crap.
Okay, very good. Okay, so just as you then walk away, and they don't seem to notice you because they're involved, Tamark walks in, and as you look, you kind of scan, and you kind of note, okay, there's the stable, everything looks the same, stable, the wall that holds the courtyard, and the infirmary, and the temple. But then right in front of the temple, you see that half-ogress sister of the church, the blended church,
So
and Shadrach, who you definitely recognize.
No, hold on. I got an idea. Okay. So I'm just walking to the church. So when I get within like 10 to 8 feet, let me know while their conversation's going.
Then you get to that point right now.
Okay. So I'm walking past them, and I'm like, I stop, and I'm like, you seem familiar.
Who are you pointing at?
The ogre woman.
Okay. The two of you are.
But you, I know.
The two of you are like in this discussion, and then someone interjects, and as you look, Shadrach, you recognize Tamark. You haven't seen him in a few months. And Finessa, you can roll me a intelligence check to see if he even registers at all, because I don't think you two interacted
Other
much
than
at
that
all.
once. It was only one time.
Yeah.
21.
Okay, so this guy, you don't know who this guy is, Vanessa. Shadrach, however,
He looks evil.
you do recognize him. Wait, but is Vanessa just thinking that, or is that something?
Yeah, she's like, who's this hooded, dark figure carrying an axe?
An axe? No axe.
Well, what would she see?
So,
Please describe yourself so Daryl may
okay.
get a more clear picture of who this interrupter might be.
Okay. So you see a human male, 5'4", in his late teens. I have leather armor that has been camouflaged for I don't know, it's got gray and black splotches about it. And I do have a hood that I have over my head. You see 2 short swords, and I'm using a quarterstaff to walk with. I have a backpack. Did I ever get another dog?
A dog?
Yeah, I had a dog to start with.
If
and
you would
then
like a
the
dog, that's
disappeared.
fine.
So I do have
Look when the antlers go.
so I have a guard dog as well.
You killed your first one. You tied it to a post at Knotneff and left it for the wolves.
Oh no! We fell in the house, and the dog was just left up there,
Oh, yeah. Okay, my bad.
along
Don't forget the horse.
with the donkey and the cart, which
That is a proud D&D tradition of horses being left behind to just be eaten by the predators of the wild. That's
Oh, good. Tamar comes and breaks up my goddamn
Okay.
breakup.
All right.
Oh,
So with that said, Shadrach and Finessa may decide, may say or do or ignore at their choice. So, what does Shadrach and Finessa do when this person says, you
Who
look
goes
familiar?"
first?
Go ahead, Shadrach.
Who goes first?
Daryl seems
Shadrach reaches with his hands towards Finessa's face unless she rejects it.
I will let you reach.
With my fingertips, I touch your face and say, my beloved, you doubted me? Did you really? And then I'll turn and say,
You've been so erratic.
You come for me, have you?
who are you talking to, Shadrach?
Hey, Mark.
Okay.
He pulls his hands away from Finessa's face and points at Tamar and says, you? Have you come for me finally?
you're together.
Let the record show
I remember
Shadrach.
you, man sucker.
Let the record show Shadrach has a shit-eating grin on his face.
Come for you. You sound
You've
like
been
I'd
so
come to kill you or
erratic.
something.
Hold
what
on.
do you mean I come for you?
No.
Go ahead, Daryl.
Tamar,
Hold on. Go ahead, Daryl.
You've been so erratic, Shadrach. I feel you're slipping. Your mind is elsewhere, and I understand that you've been traumatized. We both have been traumatized by the same witch in different ways, which is an unbelievable opportunity for a bond. But the way you treated me near the nest is unacceptable.
you accepted your mother's trash and you reject a moment of emotion on my part?
I put up with hers for a reason. I was trying to gain her trust and information. For you to treat me that way is a totally different scenario. I'm not putting up with it from anyone else.
And I'll never harm you again, Vanessa. But you never struck back. And I was afraid that you would fight.
You are not my enemy.
No, I know that. But I had to know for myself that you were not possessed by your mother's evil. That you were not one of those witches that tortured me and racked my soul. No. Now, do you know why I did this?
I do understand. I do understand.
I will never harm you again, Vanessa. You can destroy me and rend me to the earth, and I will never raise my hand to you again. Do you know that now?
I reach out and give Shadrach a hug.
Shadrach tries to kiss her,
She'll let him.
and the cat Shadrach will kiss her and say, "My beloved,
Where?
for all the harm I did you tonight, let me heal you. Now, I can't have any healing. I need the cat."
Wait a second. Hold on. I would like some explanation on the kiss. For instance, will Finessa bend over to allow the kiss? Secondly, if she does she direct it in a platonic fashion? And thirdly, if she does not direct it in a platonic fashion, please explain how this works, Sister Finessa.
Yeah.
As she leans in to give him a hug, she said she was coming to embrace him.
Right?
He goes to kiss her. She lets him give her a peck on the cheek, on the lip, wherever he's aiming. And then she gives the embrace, and she says in his ear, "We've shared the same trauma. We have a bond that can never be broken."
Shad hugs her extra hard when she says that.
Very nice. Okay, so Tamark is just kind of standing there. Hold on. Tamark, are you standing there watching this?
No. While that was going on, I sit down Indian style.
Okay.
And then I just put my head on my...
Okay. That's cool. Okay. So, Shadrach and Finessa, you have that scene. And what is next for the two of you? We'll start with Finessa.
Where's Bart? She says to the group out loud, or to Shadrach. Tamar can hear it if he's standing there.
I'm sitting there.
He's currently on the ground, crisscross applesauce with his head in his hands, as if he might be a little flummoxed by the scene.
She draws on her slim knowledge of Czechs and Shazan and says to Shadrach, "Who's this Bunyan?"
He was with me when we first came north. His name is Tamar.
Kmart,
I know you.
Kmart, do you speak Chezon?
No, I know a little.
Does
From
Shadrach
what I
speak
picked up.
Chezon?
Shadrach speaks. Let me check here. Hang on.
That's something you would know. He doesn't sound Shazon to me.
No, I only speak Southern.
Okay. All right. So Finessa rips off a colloquialism that you don't know what she's talking about.
I beg your pardon.
She just called Tamark a foot ailment.
But I know who he is.
Yeah.
Tamar.
Yeah.
You're alive.
Why wouldn't I be? Was I supposed to be dead?
Death.
Why wouldn't I be? Have you returned to kill me?
Why would I kill you?
I'm sure there's a reward for my life somewhere. And you're a manhunter.
Why would you say that, says Vanessa? Why would you say that? See, you're losing your grip, man.
You do not know.
What have you
any
done? There's no warrant.
bounty, Shadrach.
Like I said, you seem kind of familiar, lady.
Hold on. Let Tamark go. Go.
So you seem kind of familiar, lady. But that dude's always been like 6 marbles short of a bag of marbles that only has like 8 marbles. So, but that's just him. So I don't know. Did he get sane for a while and then go back to his usual self? I don't know.
All the others are gone, Tamar. It's just me now.
What happened to him?
They left.
Well, what's been going on around here?
We've been fighting the slavers. At the northern fortress, we defeated them several times, but they maybe have returned. The Temerians, the Acaramians, Covidius has returned to his people. He's no longer a friend. He's an enemy. Of the rest, I know nothing.
What, did he
I'm
become a
only here to
slaver?
help free the slaves.
Did he become a slaver? Is that why he's the enemy?
I don't know, but he returned to his Acaramian people.
I never trusted him.
He didn't attack me or threaten me in the time that we were together after he left the group, but I still think that he is troubled and a dangerous person.
Well, I agree, he's trouble. He's definitely trouble.
He serves a goddess of death.
Oh, both of
I
them.
saw him die and be reborn, and that is not natural to my people.
Well, he said that happened more than once.
Yes. And I know that now, and I saw that.
I know him and that other
In
guy.
my faith, at least, that is unnatural.
He was that other one that he was with. They both worshipped that death goddess
Yeah.
or whatever.
You didn't. I don't think you were around when the boy died.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the
After
rock
that,
that
we
fell
left.
on the
After
boy.
that, he was the first to depart before Covidius did.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought they were like a pair.
The last time I saw Covidius, I did not see the other.
I figured if he went back, it was for the other one. Yeah,
I didn't
remember?
I didn't know where you had gone. I had no idea. And I rejoice at your return, to see that you were alive and well.
So,
And I'm sorry that you came at this time of my great embarrassment.
that's your life, not my life. Whatever you do is up to you. I heard that there was some women, like bandits, harassing people on the road in this area.
Do you remember the witches? The first encounter we had? Those women who sang their song of charm and death. Do you remember that?
Charm and death. Oh yeah, I thought those were ghosts.
No, they're more than that. They have returned. They are the witches that tortured me.
Yeah, I mean, we kept running into shit that everybody said was dead already.
Yes, the death cult, and the witches are part of it. I'm glad that you have returned.
Well, interesting indeed.
Your skills and your knowledge will be valued.
Have you talked to that, any of those from below? Or have you seen any of those in a while?
No, and that's something else I'm concerned about because I know that the man has his connections with the drow.
Yeah, and it seems like they have plans for this area. I just don't know what they are.
I'm afraid those plans are connected with the slavers, the Acaramans and the giants, but I don't know what you know about
they're
the giants.
definitely connected to slavers because the slavers were supposed to bring them slaves to fuel their plans on whatever that was, but we never found out what those plans were. But apparently people, that's how they bribe people. Hey, slaves here to do this, we'll give you slaves back with this stuff.
There was a great battle at the fort in the north, and we saved some slaves, and the Acaramans were dealt much damage. And we were planning to return. There's so much to tell. A dragon's egg, the slavers, the titans. That is why my mind is disjoined. There's so much, and I cannot grasp all of it at once. I rejoice in your return.
Well, I can lend aid. I mean, I'm here to help out.
I would like all of you to not roll anything. Because something very obvious gains your attention. Except for Pikel, who isn't there, unfortunately.
Boo!
You all are talking, exchanging information, good, bad, or indifferent. You see some more people come in the front gate, a couple weary travelers on foot with a donkey in tow.
Yeah, it looks like my old donkey.
Yeah, they all look like your old donkey. And then shortly after that, you see a group of people walk in the gates. A group of bedraggled, somewhat road-weary, tattered, sheer, yellow dresses, no shoes on their feet.
Yellow?
Yes.
Mmm.
Various hair colors, blonde, dark, red. Women of varying sizes and shapes, all apparently human. And they walk in the front gate and are pointed towards the temple.
No!
The temple that you all are standing in front of.
No, what?
And
It's them!
they look up and
Them who?
They start to walk in your direction. Dinner time?
No!
Yes. What you gonna advise?
Okay, hold on.
Now?
What time is it? 8:11.
9 o'clock.
All right. Let's go for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then we'll wrap tonight up. And they all move in your general direction, not necessarily looking at you all in a stare down type of fashion, just moving in your direction. And as they approach, they appear to be tired. They're a little slumped over. But they walk up, and there's one of them that kind of takes the lead a little bit, while the other 5 are just kind of not in any kind of order behind. And she looks and she says, "You are Sister Finessa, are you not?"
Greetings. Welcome to the Temple of the Blend.
This woman,
You look weary.
This woman has short blonde hair. Not short like boy cut, but just short as in just past the shoulders, short for the times. And she appears to be wearing nothing but the dress and whatever short clothes she may have on underneath. And she says, "We have come seeking your aid. We have a very wounded member of our sisterhood, and she needs your attention most urgently."
I look at the individuals to see who's most wounded.
Roll me a perception check, please.
$19.
Okay, you look them all up and down, and you're kind of like trying to do some triage, but you don't notice any one of them that appears to be obviously hurt or limping or anything like that. And the one kind of takes another step towards you. She's about 5 foot away, and she points at you, Sister Finessa, and she says, "She has cried out for help, and we understand that you are the one that can help her."
Where is she? As I look at the others, seeing that they're not obviously injured.
She points at you again, and her eyes drift down slowly to your frontal area. And she seems to be looking at your bosom.
Where's your friend?
She is there. And
oh no.
She is not our friend. She is our sister.
You may not have her.
We ask that you bring her health and vitality. She cries out to us, and we are forced to honor her memory and do what we can, for that is what a sisterhood is. And you out of the corner of your eye, you notice Shadrach contortions and grimacing as if something is making him very uncomfortable. And Tamark appears to be rather stoic in his viewing of this, as if whatever is making Shadrach uncomfortable is not interpreted that way by Tamar.
You speak of Finessa.
Yes. Will you help her?
I will attempt to extract her spirit that seems to be trapped within this receptacle.
She cries out. She is in pain. Her wails and cries of agony cause all of us much distress. Oh, Sister Finessa, you are our only hope. And we will have to stop there for the night.
No!
First of all, let me say I'm so glad to be back. It's been a long fucking 3 weeks. I don't know if you guys missed the game, but I did. So thank you for
Oh my God!
showing up.
It's been a year.
Well, Dan, on the other hand,
I definitely miss it.
he's hopefully his work will allow him to rejoin us, and I already know that it would be nice if you guys could see him. So if I can come up with a way for you to see him, I don't know what it is, but I'll work on it. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, just camera angle. Before, when you had guys there, you had the camera up
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
above the TV,
if you guys would be good with the camera being further away, that obviously.
Yeah, I have an easier solution.
We've done that before and it was okay.
Okay, well,
As long as you take a close-up picture when it's
I
necessary.
would just
Okay.
bring some chargers, and I will just.
I'm glad you're back, Dan. I've been waiting for you for a long
Well,
time.
we'll think about that too. But yeah, I can move the one camera that's on me up there, and you'll still see me. You won't get the close up of the super good hot DM that you get. Oh,
You don't have to move anything. I will just.
but then you can sit here and you don't have to mess with that, which is we want. If you don't have to mess with it, that's better for everyone. Not because you're.
What
an
was
idiot,
you
but
there
because-
is good enough.
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
And it sounds like you guys could hear him okay.
yeah, so far.
So that's kind of actually what's most important.
Well,
but
if I sit
anyway.
there at that corner, can they see me?
No, because the only thing they see is that camera on me, and then they see that camera that I've pointed down, and then if there's something that
And it breaks up.
is hard to see, I'll take a picture and send it to the thing.
I
which
just
seems to help.
Dang wicked!
All right, so with all that out of the way, are there any final words before we sign off for the evening? Anybody have any bitching or they need me to do something?
I had fun.
That's
Chad grabs Finessa's hand tightly.
all right. Well, good.
Game.
I will. We will continuously attempt to improve and go get some sleep. And I will see you guys next week.
Good night.
Hey! Great game, sir. Love y'all.
I agree. Love you too.
So what
All
level
right.
was I when I stopped gaming? The same level as
I
you
have.
sent me?
I didn't change your sheet, so
Okay.
you're the same one. But give it a little bit, and we'll.
No. I was curious if that was the same level as when I stopped or not. And if it wasn't,
Yeah, I haven't
I
touched.
didn't know if I needed
I haven't
to-
touched your sheet or anything since.
no, I'm fine with it all. I just didn't know if I needed to like put stuff or anything.